everyone, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to teach you how to paint a forest with like a looking up at the trees perspective. This one. I'm going to teach you how to paint this. So let's do it. Okay, so to start, I'm going to go through my materials. I have my Arches watercolor paper that is taped down by painter's tape. I have my Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolors. I have my Princeton snap brushes. I have a size 16 with me, actually, and I'm gonna get a size 6 for finer detail, my water, my paper towel, and we're ready to go. So we're gonna be doing a different perspective of trees in the forest. I've seen this done a couple times and I think it's pretty cool. So I'm gonna try and teach you how I would approach this. Using a lot of wet on wet technique, and we're just gonna go for it. So the perspective of this is pretend you're standing in a forest looking straight up at the trees, at the sky, and that's about it. So let's do this. So I'm gonna be using mostly Payne's Gray to get that misty kind of forest look. So I'm gonna take a very light wash with my big brush, and I'm just gonna go over the whole paper. Okay, using lots of water, but not enough where it's like pooling at the sides or anything like that, okay? Just to get a light wash to start that wet on wet technique. Okay, and then what I might get you to do is take a very little bit of yellow, just a faint bit of yellow, and you're just going to drop that in the middle because it's going to be like the sun is kind of peeking through the top middle here. Okay, very faint. And then you're going to take your Payne's Gray color and you're just going to darken up those edges. It's not too much paint, but just darken up the edges a bit. Make sure your whole paper is wet. Again, not soaking wet, but this is the reason why we tape down the paper, because you're using a lot of water all over and it will warp your paper. It still might warp it a bit even with the tape, but not as much. Okay. All right, now we're gonna be doing the trees in the background. Okay, so these trees, we're using wet on wet, so they look like they're kind of out of focus. So I'm actually gonna take my smaller brush. I'm gonna use my Payne's Gray, not too dark because they're in the background, but I'm just gonna start drawing trees. And by trees, I mean lines. They're just lines going all around in a circle. Different heights, different widths. And my son is awake. Then you're also gonna, maybe take off some branches off of these trunks. You can drag them a little bit closer to that sun. Just doing some of the branches too. So this is your first layer and you're just gonna wait for this to dry completely before we do the second layer. Okay, so now that our first layer is dry, we are going to be doing the next layer, which is also part of the background, but it's not going to be as far away as this part. So what you're going to be doing is taking the same color, but a light wash, and you're just going to be doing some more trees. Now, because the whole paper isn't wet and it's dry now, you'll have sharper lines. I still want it lighter than that. And it won't blend into the background as easy. So it just looks like the trees are a bit further away than the ones that are going to be in the foreground that we're going to do after this, but they're not as far away as these ones that we already did. So just a very light wash, and you can do some branches if you like. Yeah, I think the lighter the wash, the better. And you just continue this all around. So I think that actually towards the bottom of some of these trees, the base, you can darken it up just a little bit. And as it goes further away into the sun's gonna kind of soak up that color, so it's a little bit brighter. So lay it down first. You can put some little like leaves in there in the background. And then as it gets closer to the base, you can darken it up just a bit. Okay, and then you're gonna do this all around. Okay, so now that that second layer is done, we are going to do the last layer, which is the foreground. So the trees are going to be darker because they are closer to us. So you're just going to do the exact same thing, but plotting in those darker trees with a bit more detail, okay? So still thin branches. You know, you can put some leaves on there if you like. And just use the tip of your brush, really, really light pressure to get those really fine lines. Or if you want, you can grab yourself a thinner brush. You could do some branches a little lower. And add a bit more detail to these ones. Closer to the sun that you get, I would pop a bit of yellow up there maybe, just so it looks like the sun is kind of reflecting on those bits that are closer to the top. Actually, I don't want that as dark. There we go. Okay. Again, a bit darker as you get to the bottom. And just keep doing that all around until you are done. Okay, and when you think you're just about done, it is time to take off the tape. Oops. There you go, you have your looking up perspective on a misty Payne's Gray forest. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I really hope you liked it and I hope you learned something. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram for more. Have a great day, guys. Bye.